What moved you about the book, Chuck?
Oh, personally, speaking for myself, what really moved me about the book was the fact that the young black man could put down in words just how he actually felt. And knowing him, I was really surprised. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was quite taken back. I didn't know he had those feelings, those capable of those emotions. So I ain't gonna lie to you. So y'all can run with that if you want to, but that really impressed me. I mean, just the depth of the thought really moves me.
I actually thought, gee, this guy's got a really great way of handling breakup of relationships. Every time something happens, he writes a poem about it. And he kind of believes it's like a release valve, you know? He doesn't get drunk, you know? Go out and start carrying on.
And also, I can relate to some of it because I had the same thing happen to me. It took me, where it took him 3 years, it took me 17 years to get over it. It may sound funny, but I'm saying, you know, it really did. 17 years for it to get out of my head. I mean, and I can relate to that, you know. And I knew I'd done the wrong thing, but I think we've all been that route.
Well, for me, I guess mine was twofold. You know, being his running buddy, hanging, knowing about the various different people he's dated, and going through the heartbreak with him. Then seeing it come out of the book. And his book is calm. You don't, there's no anger, there's no, he's like, his ability to distance himself from his personal life, that impressed me. Me and him we have similar experiences. Like the first couple of pages where he talked about his 4-month relationship, all that stuff fazed me, because it's, you know, I went through that right after he put his book out. So a lot of it just kind of touched me, and it's the sincerity of it. You know, I mean, he didn't embellish. This is the way it happened. This is how I dealt with it. This is how I felt.
I guess kind of like, you know, the same line of taste having known Zach for 10, 12 years, seemingly now.
12, 89.
Yeah,
13.
It's been a minute. So, from first meeting Zach, and you know, like everyone else who met Zach initially, didn't like him. What? And just the boisterousness of him and knowing his personality when dealing with boards, but yet seeing the other side of him being emotionally honest. And us as brothers, we know we ain't always the most emotionally honest folks when it comes down to it, especially to the sisters we love. But for him to actually put it down on paper, you know, put our stuff out there, like, yeah, we feel for you and we hurt, you know. So that really got to me. I'm like, yo, Zach, come on, put some of that way. You know, sisters don't need to know everything. But I did appreciate it greatly, the offering.
Well, for myself, once again, Zach has proven to be a very complex, very deep person. I think the book was probably rather cathartic for him, letting him put his feelings out there. More than I would have ever done myself, but I'm impressed by it.
In fact, there's a couple of things that you hit upon that I was thinking too when I was reading the book. It's almost like I'm saying, he ain't supposed to be telling this about us. You know, this is the way we feel, but he ain't supposed to be doing it.
Like he let the secrets of the boys club out.
Right.
Yeah.
Terrible. They're wrong.
No, but that is something. You know, feelings that close to you, that complex, that intimate is hard enough to reveal to one other person, but to write an actual book about it and put it there for the world to see, that's an accomplishment. Most people can't do that.
You have to think about now, like when you meet girls who have read his book, women who have read his book, and they know you personally, they're gonna be wondering, are you thinking the same things that he's saying in his book? And looking for you to express those things in that way. And I just said to myself, gee, he's putting all this stuff out here. And,
Nah, you just straight threw it on
Hey.
me. You the last
Well,
man.
we hit everybody else.
Oh wow, really?
Last shall be first, you understand?
Wow. Okay. Well, I guess it was just that the fact that, like I said to you before, about how you broke down everything about the style of a woman and some of the poetry that was in there. It was just it was real good, and I just had to have you as a guest on the show because I really was feeling it. I mean, it's a general statement, but still felt heartfelt. Anything else?
Sean, you sure you don't want to do that other mic's backup?
Hmm?
The other mic?
Hmm.
All right, cool.
I'm fine.
Well, I'm gonna go to section 1. When you were younger, what was your image of the woman you wanted? What did you think you wanted in a woman? Image. Image.
We gotta keep this on the physical.
How young?
Yeah, that's my question.
Young.
When you were younger.
No, this is interesting because that's a good question. How
It
young?
changed for me.
Yeah, it
All right,
does.
when you about like 20, 21.
Okay, that's a whole.
Oh man, that's a whole generation later, right? Go back to 10. What did you want? Go back to 10.
Dude,
21, huh?
Oh yeah, Mary Hopkins, how?
You know?
That's it.
Dude,
No, I knew you when you were 21, so you can't claim that.
Listen, 21, what I was looking for. She was my height, hourglass shape, medium hair. She could have been deep chocolate or caramel, brown eyes, pretty smile, small features, everything. From C down.
George?
I'm not finished. Got her stuff together, owned her own business, capable of traveling, sexy, without even having to try to be, sensual, just in the nature of her dress. And married to me, of course. Witty, intelligent, humorous, imaginative, sexual, aggressive, outgoing,
Sexual. I know
spontaneous.
All right, his time is up.
And at what age did this occur?
This happened at 21.
This is at 21.
This is 21. We've improved.
Now, how
since
close
then.
now? How close have you gotten to that?
I've only come across it twice.
Okay. In years of search. Okay.
All right, George, on you.
It's funny because I looked at that question and I like to write things down.
You
just
brought
make
out
sure-
a folio.
But my first thing was educated. I definitely wanted somebody who could put two sentences together. I didn't want to be having to rehash things and explain things. Somebody who was tall, independent, very slim. I like, for lack of a better word, thin or skinny women.
I heard about skinny women in my travels.
Anyway.
As we all go,
What did you hit?
The other thing I was really looking for was somebody who, because of the way I was raised, I was always looking for somebody who was willing to commit themselves to the relationship 100%, who wouldn't hold anything back. So that's one thing I was looking for. Sexy, that goes without saying. If I can define what sexy is, I don't know. Sexy is in one person, and it's not in the other one. And yet they're the same type of person, same body types and everything like that. So I don't know how to define that.
Tony?